This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the Gulf of Mexico as their backdrop, broadcasting live from the Margaritaville Resort on Fort Myers Beach, here are the hosts of the dinkiest podcast in America, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Oh, wow. Nice turnout today. Thank you all for coming to License to Chill here at Margaritaville, where they are at 100% capacity. Very nice. It's a perfect weather day to be at Margaritaville. It's a perfect weather day to be here at License to Chill. It's a perfect day to be disorganized and not ready for when the show starts. And it's going to be a great night tonight at Lover's Key as we go to the Lover's Key Gala tonight. And we're going to be on the red carpet introducing all the people as they come through the front door. And
we're not going to be there if I don't get a pair of shoes, because I've been sharing with everybody that I have no shoes for this evening.
She waits like this thing has been organized for 6 months.
If anyone has a pair of like nude, strappy,
wait,
size
what did you
7.5, that's a color.
Nude is a color?
Nude is
Dave,
a color.
what color is nude? Nude?
Tan.
So she's wearing a blue dress.
Taupe.
She said to me last night, do not wear any
7.5.
color
If
that
you have a 7.5, folks.
with blue. I don't think yellow clashes with blue.
No, blue and yellow. Those are my high school
very
colors.
Nice. Look at all the yellow here today. We have yellow. We have race shirts.
Yep.
They participated in the orange.
I know. I love that color.
And we're getting now ready for not only the concert next week at the Women's Club, but the day before Mother's Day, the second annual day before Mother's Day 5K.
That's already coming up.
Isn't Mother's Day is it in May or June?
It's in May. Father's Day is in June.
May is Mother's Day. And I talked to Linda at the farmer's market, which is going to be really cool. I said, Linda, do you mind if we bring 300 or 400 people to the farmer's market on Saturday? She had to think about it for a second and said, that sounds like a good idea. So that'll be the day before Mother's Day down at Times Square. We have the concert coming up next week. It's already sold out. It's sold out in 2 days. We sold 300 tickets for the Women's Club. So if you're coming to the concert next week, please remember to bring a lawn chair so that you can watch the show. We're going to have a food truck there and also beer and wine served by the Fort Myers Beach Women's Club. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow, we're going to the Red Sox game, the Red Sox and the Twins. We have people in the audience that won tickets before the show that are going to be there. Are you bike riding tomorrow? Because I'm really getting tired of people asking me if you're going to ride your bike.
I am going to come down. I'm going to ride the bike. Then I'm going to let you do the show so that I can get back, let the dogs out, and then I'll meet you at the stadium.
Right. By the way, speaking of the dogs, what did you do to our Callie? Like, Callie can hold it for 2 days. Like, you can go on a 2-day vacation and she would not have gone in the house. And all of a sudden, you buy a new bag of dog food and the whole house is everywhere. So what did you do? Why did you change?
Why do you have to? Every week's got to be about something, some bodily fluid with you.
I don't know if that's what it is. So, I mean, what happened? What did you do to the dog?
She has a very sensitive stomach. We have 2 dogs. One of our dogs can easily make the transition. It was
the
scheduled
bulldog can
out
eat anything.
A quarter of this and 3/4 of the old, and then you go to half and half and yada yada yada. But that dog cannot tolerate anything. So then I had to run out, get another bag of dog food, the old dog food, and then I had to get chicken, rice, and pumpkin.
The dogs were eating better than I was.
Yeah. So we now have 84 pounds of dog food at our house. So
she's better though.
If you need anything,
it's back to solid.
If you need any dog food, we're good.
All right, enough about us, dear. This is the moment everybody in the community has been waiting for, and we've been building the audience, Nicole. We're over 130 people that want to see you. You're the reason they're all watching. You're the reason they're all here. Ladies and gentlemen, the new public information officer for Fort Myers Beach, Nicole, come on down. Nicole, very nice. Make her feel warm and welcome, please, because she's doing an outstanding job already, and it's only been I don't know, like 2 weeks. So, Nicole,
You're
thanks so
welcome.
much for coming on. I didn't say your last name because I didn't want to butcher it.
My last name is Burzin.
Burzin.
Yes.
And you've
How
actually,
hard was that to pronounce?
I don't know. I don't want to screw up anyone's last name.
I just want to ask one question, and you may or may not.
You can
know
ask
the
more
answer.
than one. It's your show, dear.
All right, but why do they have it as public information officer? Like,
You know,
why is
I
it an
don't have
officer?
answer for that. I'm not sure that was the
It
title. prior
sounds
to when I
way
got
too
it, so
like, yeah, like you should have a badge.
it's very official.
Yeah, a badge and a hat and slinging something.
Look at that view that people are watching. I mean, being able to see all that in the background. There really is a nice day out here on
How
the
can
beach
I
too.
see anything? You're taking up
I know
the
it
whole
just looks
thing.
fabulous. It's just a great view. Now, Nicole, you didn't bring you in from out of town. You were already here. You were working at Bay Oaks. So
Yes.
tell everybody about your history here working at Fort Myers Beach.
So I started working for the town of Fort Myers Beach in 2020, August of 2020. I graduated college in May of 2020, and I was honestly a little bit concerned that I wasn't going to get a job because that
Okay.
was right during COVID. So I was very lucky that there was a position at Bay Oaks that opened up, and I was chosen for that. So I started there as a senior rec aide. And over the years, I was able to grow in my position and move up. And I most recently was the recreation campus manager for Bay Oaks. And so in that position, I was able to kind of oversee both facilities, the aquatic center and the recreation center. And I was in this position during our rebuild process. So that was honestly a really exciting time for me to kind of be able to learn something new on that side, but also be able to bring the building back for the community. And that was a really exciting time for all of us when we finally were able to open in December and have everybody come back into the building.
So tell us a little bit about like where you went to school and how did you end up down here? Because where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Illinois. I lived
Okay.
there my whole life. And I decided to come down here because I wanted to get away from the cold, like
Okay.
everybody else. But my parents actually had a place down here where we would vacation. And so I was very familiar with the area, with the beach, and just all of Fort Myers. And if I was going to be moving so far from home, at least this place felt comfortable for me. So I decided to come here. I went to Florida Gulf Coast University and I studied business management with a concentration.
Go Eagles.
Yes, go Eagles. So I studied business management with a concentration in sport management. And that's kind of where I got into parks and recreation. Originally, I actually wanted to work for professional sports. And so I did a lot of different internships. I actually worked for the Red Sox for spring training.
Wow.
So that's a fun
I
Nice.
think
coincidence.
that's a thing that a lot of young folks are interested. They
Mhm.
go into a variety of positions. Like, I'm going to work for a team. I'm going to
Yep.
be, yeah. And so then you ended up down here.
Yes.
And how long have you been down here?
Almost 4 years now.
So how hard
4
was
years. All right. Go
how
ahead.
hard was it for you to leave Bay Oaks to go to this? I mean, you're working with kids, you're working in what seemed like you wanted to work in, and then I know Andy he really came after you, wanted to put you in this position because he knew you could do it.
Mhm.
How hard was it for you to kind of move to the new position?
It was a very tough decision. Bay Oaks it honestly was probably the best job that I've ever had prior to getting into this position. I haven't been in it long enough to know if it's better yet, but I really enjoyed working for Bay Oaks. There was so much growth opportunity for me there. And then also just the people that I worked with and the kids were such a big part of it. And saying goodbye to all of that was really tough. But the one good thing is that when we moved to the new trailers, I'm on the property. So I can always go back and say hello. And I still get to work really closely with all of my coworkers from Bay Oaks. So I'm not gone. It's just not in the same building anymore.
Right.
And the new trailers open March 4th.
Yes.
So the town council meetings will be in the new trailers on March 4th, as opposed to in Bay Oaks. Right now they're being held in Bay Oaks. So I saw that photo yesterday. So how do you like it so far?
I'm really enjoying it. I will say it was a lot of information thrown at me at once. So that was a little bit tough to navigate, but I am enjoying it a lot. I think that it's definitely something new for me and something that I've been able to adapt to rather quickly. And I'm excited to be able to continue doing it and see kind of the different things that I'm able to do in the position.
Well,
What do you think you're going to be doing going forward? Like Facebook, like all the social media stuff?
So I do a little bit of everything. So as far as I know right now, my position is doing the social media side. And then I'm also working with the media and getting press releases out, things like that. But mostly right now, my main focus has been the social media and keeping in contact with the community and letting them know what's going on.
You could tell right away that there's something different was going on because you could see the posts were coming faster. There was more information. Before they announced it, it looked like I think you were doing it. You were kind of leading up to the announcement. It appeared to me that there was more stuff going on than there was previously. And all those little bits and pieces of information, I don't know if you picked up on it yet, but maybe you have. Like, so many people want to know about so many different things, and they want to know about everything. They want to know about the pictures that you posted about Santini Plaza, the sand that's going in. There's so many. Everybody from Fort Myers Beach or that comes to Fort Myers Beach has this little piece that they come to that they always go back to, and they always want to see how that little piece is. Everything's gone or broken and being fixed. It means so much to them, and the more information that you put out, the more it means to them.
And that's something that I really want to try to focus on. I think that just in the short period of time that I've been in the position, I've kind of been able to see what the community is liking more than other posts. And so I want to be able to give them what they want to see, the updates that they want to see. And so that's going to be something that I really focus on, is the rebuild, the build back, and being able to keep them updated on where things are at throughout the island.
So is it more like Facebook or Instagram or something that I'm too old to even know about at this point?
So we're using Facebook, Instagram. We have a Twitter. We have LinkedIn. We kind of have
Is
our
it
hand in a
X
little bit
now?
of everything. Oh, X. Yes, you're correct. Even I'm behind on that.
I think Fort Myers Beach is a Facebook crowd more than a Instagram crowd or a
that
Twitter
is something
crowd
that
so
I've
far.
noticed. Yeah, I think that we get majority of our following on Facebook, and then on Instagram it is less, and that's kind of why I've been trying to do more stories on Instagram. I think that the crowd that we have on Instagram is more of a younger generation, and so they look at the stories maybe more than the posts, and then on Facebook they want the full content, and so I'm kind of trying to figure out what people want to see and just approach it from there.
Now, this may be a dumb question. I'm just going to say.
You sure you don't want me to ask it then?
Wow. But you probably know the answer to it.
Yeah, that's what we do every morning, by the way. We divide the questions. She says the dumb questions go in your pile and the smart questions go in my pile. It's only natural that it should be that way every day.
So how much on the website, how much traffic do you think you can drive to the website? Is that really the big thing, or is it more Facebook?
So I think to get the information out, it's easier to push it through Facebook just because a lot of people are on social media now. But that's why I've been trying to add links to a lot of the posts so that from there they can go straight to that link and get to our website. So it makes it easier for them to get there.
What about videos? Have you figured out what length of videos people want to see or where they want to see it? And I know you just started, and that's probably not fair, but
that's something that we're working on. We actually are planning to do a couple of videos soon. I noticed that when you had posted about me getting the position, we had some comments on there. And one of those comments was about doing a walk through Bay Oaks.
Yes.
And so I plan to do that. And I want to do that around a lot of the facilities that we have, whether it be Bay Oaks, the Mound House, the mooring field, and then even the new town trailers, just so that everybody can see what the town has to offer.
And by the way, it's a natural thing for a young person to get a PIO position in a town that was destroyed by a Category 5 hurricane. I mean, that's usually the way it happens. It's not a normal thing that you're dealing with.
It's not a normal thing.
I was kind of being sarcastic. I'm just saying.
Well, no one got it. We were all looking at you like, what is this idiot saying?
It's totally about the rebuild. That's all people, that's all. I mean, that's the news.
Exactly. And I will say that I think that is something that I have a little bit of an advantage for, is because I grew up in the generation of social media. And so I know how to do a lot of different things on social media. And so I think that that's going to be my main focus on how I get the information out to everybody, is through that outlet.
So
I definitely think that's a plus for you, because the rest of us are like, what?
You have when AT&T went out yesterday or the day before, did you feel like the world was coming to an end like a lot of people?
You know, I didn't have any issues on my end.
Are you at AT&T?
No, I have Verizon, so I didn't have to.
Well, I did hear that some Verizon people, but yeah, it was definitely When I woke up and I was like, the phone says SOS. This is a very bad sign.
Yep.
My
Very
daughter
bad sign.
was like, she uses her phone to see how much traffic there is. You know, that she uses the Maps app, so that the phone wasn't working. So she's like, I can't figure. I'm stuck in traffic. I can't because my phone doesn't work. I'm like, do you know back in the day we had to unfold maps from the glove box? I mean, and you couldn't even unfold it. You're trying to do it when you're driving, and they were outdated. It wasn't like anything was current. You bought the map. Where'd you buy the map? At a 7-Eleven. That's where you bought those maps.
I would like to see you navigate. You couldn't use a map back before we had.
I have an app for that now.
He said to me one time, he was driving one time. I'm sorry, I have to
That's
digress
okay.
a minute. He was driving one time. He was going to the East Coast of Florida.
I totally got lost.
And he's driving around for hours. And he calls me and I'm like, where are you? You're supposed to be in West Palm Beach. He's like, I'm on some road in Bradenton.
Yeah.
I said, are you going east or west? He goes, no clue. I said, well, it's 4:00. Where is the sun? Is it in front of you or behind you? Because no idea, just no sense of direction whatsoever.
I'm trying to get Bob's attention. They're asking us to turn the volume up over there. Can you turn the speaker up a little bit? Everybody wants to hear Nicole. They certainly don't want to hear us. So I heard that Andy is like the worst person in the world to work for. Is that actually true, or is that a myth that I hear? No, he's so great for this town right now.
Yeah, honestly, I've had a great experience so far. I worked with him a little bit when I was at Bay Oaks, but now I work a lot more with him now that I'm in the public information officer position. And I've only been in it for about a week now, but he's been great to work with.
So, I mean, have you reached out or heard from any other? Because the Lee County has Betsy and Tim are great. They do an awesome job. And I'm sure, have you talked to them yet or you plan to?
So I've had a lot of people reach out to me once the press release went out about me getting the position, which is great because then now I'm going to be able to make different connections in different areas. I haven't been able to actually meet face to face too many people yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that.
So what do you want the people of the community know that you're going to start working on so that they can look for it, they can see it? Where should they go to make sure that they can follow what you're doing and keep informed about how you're trying to keep them informed?
I would say that Facebook is our #1 user right now. And what I want to try to do for everybody is just make it easier for them to find the information. So whether that be giving it all right there on the Facebook post or giving them links so that they can specifically get to whether it be a live video for an advisory board meeting or something like that, they have a link right there. So it just makes it user friendly for them to be able to follow what we're doing.
Are you going to have to cover all those advisory board meetings?
So we have Jacob, he works in our IT department and he's the
great.
one who does all of
great.
that, which is great.
Yep.
But I listen to all of them just to kind of make sure that I'm in the
You
know of
do?
what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Now, who's your favorite
Some
town?
of them are long.
Who's your favorite town council member?
Oh, that's not
that's
fair.
a tough question. They're all so great.
Yeah.
Good
answer right
answer.
there. I would avoid John King at all costs
Oh,
because
really?
he can be a tyrant. He's a little bit on the crazy side, but his wife is wonderful. So no, actually this town council is great. I mean,
Yes,
if
they are.
they're the right, go right ahead. They're the right town council for this time right now. So, and we have Dan is up for re-election, Jim is up for re-election, and that open spot. So there are 3 positions that are coming up. I don't think Dan and Jim will have a problem, although Jim really hasn't announced that he's running again. And then that open spot there, and you have a new council member who was just appointed last week, Scott, who said he's not running. So there'll be an LPA spot open, and Ed Schoonover is here. And we're going to have Ed on another time before the LPA vote on March the 4th, I think it is. So last night we had John McLean on, and Debbie is coming on next Saturday. So a lot of activity going on there. There's so much going on this beach. Now there's so many events going on too. Do you try to get to like all these crazy events now? It's nice to see all the 501c3s have their events going back on.
Like the cornhole
cornhole tournaments today.
tournament, not contest,
Diamond Head.
tournament for the beach school. They're eating back there.
Yeah.
The beach school
Yeah.
and their cornhole.
Oh, there they are. I didn't know they were here.
Yeah.
So many people here. No one you just showed up with her crazy husband. Yeah. Come up, sit up here on the front table here. These people are with us. Sue and her mom are here.
There was a gentleman over here
Come on up to the
with
front
these
table.
2 that had the
Hi.
original shirt on.
Do you realize how ridiculously crazy this is? Like,
It's
this is so
amazing.
unique to have all these
Southern
people.
Maine?
And
Wow. They
yeah.
came from Southern Maine.
Wow. Thunder. Oh, they're from Canada.
Oh my goodness, that's
Listen,
even further.
Listen, if you're going to buy merchandise, do it here.
Do it
I'm
here,
not
'cause we
shipping
can't ship to Canada.
We were just telling our friends over here they bought a hat. I was like, thank God they bought a hat here.
I love Canada, but shipping there
only
is
American
tough.
dollars, not Canadian dollars.
We'll take
what's
it
the
out.
exchange rate? I have no idea.
It's probably better than it used to be.
So what were we talking about? I mean, anything else you want everybody to know about how they can help you? What kind of feedback can they give you? How do you want them to reach out to you so they can get the information or there's a lot of communication that goes back and forth with the people on the island. I mean, most of them bitch about traffic, but there's nothing you can do about that.
Right.
Yeah, what are you going to do about traffic?
Come on,
I
Nicole,
would
what
like
are you
to do
doing?
something about
Come
that.
on.
I think that the main thing that I would want everybody to know is that I'm really trying to stay involved with the community. So whether that be you reaching out to me directly or commenting on Facebook about specific things that you would like to see or our Instagram, I'm going to try to stay up to date with all of that so that I can really see what you guys are interested in and gear my post towards that.
And the other thing is when you post on the town's page, don't be a dumbass about it. Post nice things, or they're going to get deleted. I think you can't be doing what on their page what you do on my page. It's a completely different thing.
Even I had to put somebody in timeout last night.
They're trying to push out information, and it's a whole different thing. So be nice on the town's page. They're trying to push out information, and be very nice to Nicole. It's her first PIO job, and we want her to be here forever.
On the beach?
No, I live right off of the beach.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about your boyfriend. I met your boyfriend today. What's his name? And seems like a very nice gentleman.
He is. His name is James.
James.
Mhm.
How long have you been dating?
Not very long, only a few months.
A few months. Where did you meet him?
You never have to answer anything.
Say
And
no
poor
comment.
James is just over there smiling like a
He's
cat
totally
over there.
fine.
He's like, yep.
He's totally
I'm
inked
not
up too.
I'll be honest. I met him on Hinge, so on a dating app.
Well,
it's a
there you
dating
go.
It
app.
worked out great. So
There
Very
you
nice.
go. All right, James, you're on the button for good behavior
Yeah,
now.
man. Because if you do anything wrong, all these people are going to know
right.
about it now.
They all love her now.
Joy, did you want to
so-
come over? Oh yeah, Joy from the Community
Yes.
Foundation wanted
Okay.
to come over because we need to
Thank you so
let
Thank
everybody
you.
know about pickleball. The challenge
Well,
has
let-
you're staying.
Oh,
Because
okay.
she was part of
Okay.
that. Nick, sit down, Joy. Sit down. We have
At
4
this point,
microphones.
she's like, I
Give her the
just
mic,
want to
dear.
get out of here.
No, she did great. She did great.
Nicole,
You can need a microphone,
actually-
Joy. You're not a rookie for crying out loud. You've been on the show
my own
100
mic.
times.
So I have to say, Nicole really pushed us to do the pickleball.
Oh, nice.
I mean, we kind of
He's got
had this little germ of an idea,
yeah,
and I went in to talk to Nicole and Danielle,
the whole thing.
And-
Just move the whole thing.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Perfect. Thank you, Bob.
and they said, "Oh my God, what a great idea! Let's do it." So we said, "Okay, we're going to do it." So I have to give Nicole a lot of credit for being such an enthusiastic partner, and we're really looking forward to it. Again, it's I got that. It's March 16th.
March 16th.
And we're going to have a little match before the match.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys were watching Facebook last week. So Jim Matterholt thinks he plays tennis. I don't know, does he play pickleball?
I have no
I think
idea.
I think he probably.
So he sent a text to me. He said, Dan Allers, the mayor, and I will stomp on you and Kim. And I was like, Jim, I'm like a world-class athlete. I have been to the world's toughest mudder like 5 times. Dan Allers, he carts golf carts around all day. That's his job.
I think unless you start practicing, we're gonna get crushed.
So here's my game plan, just so Jim and Dan know. I'm just going to spike the ball at Dan every
Yeah,
time.
I just don't
keep
think
it
you
away
can
from
do
Jim.
that.
I'm just gonna aim for his knees because he sent a text and said I have to. I hope my knees hold up. So I'm just gonna slam the ball at his knees. I mean, can we gamble on this game? I mean, is gambling legal in Florida? So no. So we're gonna play at 8 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
Because we have to do our
8
show.
o'clock.
Well, we have to come and do the show. It's a
Oh,
Saturday.
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah, so we're
And
going to
it's a
do it
fundraiser.
early.
How many teams
Why
do you have
can't we
so
go
far?
after
Right
and
now
play
we
for the
have-
day?
Right now we have 30 people signed up.
Right.
We
What if we
have
do really
Here,
well?
let Joy finish her
I know,
sentence.
but oh
No,
wow, that's rich coming
so
from
we
you.
have 32 spots in the morning and 32 in the afternoon. So
Wow.
we have a total right now of 21 at the afternoon and 9 in the morning. So we've got plenty of room.
Come on, people, sign up.
Yeah,
How do they
it's-
go and sign up? Where
They
do they
go
go?
to fmbcommunityfoundation.com and it's
It's all
right
for fun,
on the page.
people.
And it's for fun, but it's also for
Great
charity.
exercise.
And oh, by the way, Alex King just paid for wrote the whole thing.
Alex King and the King
I
Foundation
know.
really
Just-
do a lot for this
He
community.
is doing
Yeah.
such a great job, and he's going to be there, and he's going to cheer us on too. So
Is he going to play?
I don't think so.
Are you going to play,
So-
Joy?
No, I'm going to be running around.
No,
you
gotcha.
know,
I know.
yeah.
I know the feeling of being the organizer.
But we
of a
are going
race.
to bring a couple extra paddles just in case we have an odd number.
So
You know,
are you and James gonna join into this?
she's going to
We
be
are
your
not playing,
PIO.
but my mom is playing in the tournament.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
How cool is
Is your
that?
mom here today?
She's not. She couldn't
Oh,
make
okay.
it. She's
Okay.
a huge pickleball player.
Hello to
though,
Wow.
Nicole's mom. She's delightful.
Now, don't they hold like the pickleball championships in Naples or something? It's like a, or is
Yeah,
that
the
East
US
cornhole?
Open.
Naples. Yeah,
Okay.
it's huge.
So
It's the what?
The U.S. Open.
oh,
Pickleball, U.S. Open.
Yeah.
It's going to be an Olympic sport
I don't think
someday.
we'll
I'm
probably make it there, dear.
sure. We bought the pickleball rackets. Is that what they're called? And the ball. And of course,
it's
I'm
a paddle.
popping the ball around in the house. The dogs want to eat the ball right away. So
Yeah.
it's not even like you can do anything with it. So, Nicole, do you think that you would like to organize more events like this for the community with the town involvement? I mean, people get behind these things like crazy.
Mhm. Yes, I think that that's definitely something that we're looking to do, whether it be at Bay Oaks, the Mound House, even at Bayside Park. I know we have the concert series, but I feel like we have so many open spaces that we can do so
Yeah.
much with. And I think it would be great to just have more community involvement in events.
And by the way,
I love the Mound House. I have done a
Mhm.
couple of their kayak tours out there. If you
It's
have not been to
beautiful.
the Mound House, it's so
yep.
it just you could be there for days, and it's a beautiful setting, and they have so much interesting stuff. Is the underground is probably not open
It's
yet?
still closed. Yes.
Thank you.
Still closed.
And
That
the-
was such a cool thing.
Did you get back to Adam about going over there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Spring break.
Yeah, cool. All right. So, anything else you guys want to share?
I'm
Or
good.
are you good, Nicole?
Thank you.
All right.
I
Keep
think
that-
I'm good.
Keep that guy in shape over there
I will
because
do.
he knows you're an important person now. She's a very important person in this community.
Thanks,
Thank you
Ed.
to Nicole and
Appreciate
Joy, and wish
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Nicole good luck.
Yes,
Thank
good
you so
luck.
much.
Thank you
Good
so
luck.
much.
Nicole, thank you, Joy, for coming on. And before we read the ads, dear, Eddie Rude wants to come on for a second. And come on down, Ed. No, you got to sit. Ed wants to come down, and of course, Eddie's been on the show many times before, and he let me park in his driveway today. I couldn't find a place to park on the south end because I was afraid I was going to be in a construction zone. And he let me park in his driveway, and I walked over the dune walkover. The first thing I want to say, Ed, before he asked to come on for a couple minutes, the dune walkover, I mean, really looks nice. I mean, it really does seem like it almost fits.
Well,
over
first
that
of all,
water.
I have to say, whenever Eddie says a couple of minutes,
Well,
it's
we've
going to
got
be
places
a
to
good
go.
5 or 10.
Your wife is saying the same thing. Ed.
All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to come on this morning for a minute, Ed, and tell you how much Kurt and I appreciate your honest and fair journalism over the years. And
What you talking about?
and Kurt couldn't make it. Kurt's traveling today. He couldn't get here before today. So I'm here speaking on his behalf also. And so we have a small token of our appreciation. It's not much. It's a $4 picture with a $4 frame. You
Very
know,
nice. Of the dune walkover, which really, I mean, I don't know if you saw the
Which
walk around this
costs you
morning.
more than $4.
you have no earthly idea.
Actually, I'd like to know how much that whole mess cost you.
I don't know.
I
I'd
think
have
that
to-
looks
I'd
like
have
a
to talk to Kurt
multi-million-dollar
if we wanted to disclose that. But I can tell you this: it is the most expensive per square foot walkover in the entire country.
For sure. For sure. And are you using it? Are you
Oh,
people
yeah,
in your neighborhood using it?
I every day. Tons of people.
One
People
of-
from Laguna Shores, all of our neighbors
Nice.
that it was intended for.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it is so wonderful
Yeah.
to be able to just
That's a
walk
nice
out your
picture.
backyard when you have a beachfront home and be able to just walk across and go right to the beach within 3 or 4 minutes.
And I have to be honest with you for a second, because most of the time I'm being totally dishonest. I don't know. No, I'm seriously, that to me, looking back on it, it was a personal vendetta that some people had against you. That's the way I look at it. It was a total personal vendetta. You have a way to piss people off, so I think there was probably a little bit of play into that. But I mean, if we're being honest, totally true.
Yeah, no, I'm one of those people. You either love me or you hate me. There's no in between. And so,
where are you on that, dear?
I like you both.
No, okay.
This $8 piece of whatever.
Yeah.
You do with it whatever you like. Use it, keep it for a memory.
We have 2 shelves worth of gifts. No joke. In the office where we do the show, like the remote show, we have all the gifts that you give us. We save them, and it's like we have a lot of coffee mugs, and we have different things that people send.
Unless it's an edible thing, and then we eat that up right away.
There's a whole bunch of that. What is that? What does Jeff Olson send us?
The brats.
Yeah, we have brats hanging from the
Kringle.
wall, and in the I have them hanging from my closet.
Is why I have to get up and run, run.
I think y'all, more probably as much as anyone, maybe more than anyone, understands what this represents. This is probably, in Ed's word, the word that he loves, epic. This is probably the most epic disagreement between two residents and a municipality ever in the history of Fort Myers Beach. And it was prolonged and perpetuated by people, thank God, that are not here anymore and that have been replaced with people.
I mean, they're like not earthly,
they're not dead.
here, but
they're no longer in power.
Right. Yeah. No longer in power, no longer involved with the town. And we're so thankful that the people that are now were in agreement with trying to end everything that this was leading to. And I want to say one other thing. There were 7 lawsuits.
One.
4 of them Kurt and I won over a span since December of 2015. So over a span of a little more than 8 years, 3 of the lawsuits were dismissed. The last lawsuit, the neighborhood, the neighbors, the property owners, the single family property owners, the condominium associations on the entire south end of the island rallied behind Kurt and I to make a statement. And that statement worked. And because of that, and because of the support of the entire south end of the island getting behind Kurt and I and the Audubon were able to come to a compromise. I'm not sure that either one of us were actually happy with that compromise, but the bottom line is
it's over.
It's over.
Yep.
It's
and
done,
you're happy
and
with
it's
with your walkover.
Oh,
it's fabulous. Yeah, it's a fabulous
we
walkover.
love it.
Let me just ask you this. Looking back on it, would you do it again?
Kim, I can't tell you how many times I started to quit. And this is where Kurt comes in. Kurt's quiet. Kurt's
and
never
that's
been
what
on the
government
show.
will do to you. They'll bury you. They'll just keep bearing down on you.
But they didn't realize, for lack of a better explanation, I guess, and but you can't, the worst person you can fool with are a couple of old men that have too much money. And don't mess with us.
And there's no doubt you have too much money, brother.
Don't mess with us. And there were many times that I was going to quit.
$4?
Come on, man. You could have got us something nicer than that, like a bronze plaque.
There were many times that I was going to quit. I talked to Riley. And I said, Riley, we got to quit. We got to give it up.
Yeah.
And she
right.
And she would say no.
How long have you guys been married now? 15 years. Oh, yeah. Were you married before?
Yes.
How many times?
Just once.
Okay. Oh, we're keeping record. Last weekend we talked to somebody who's met Tom.
He knows what he's getting into coming up here in this seat.
Here's the thing. This is where I break it down.
Is he a keeper, or you weighing the pros and cons?
He's broken me. I'm not good at it.
Okay. How many times were you married before Ed? Okay, so you're both on your second. Is the second one better or the first one better? Or okay, yeah. What was the problem with the first marriage?
I'm gonna have to reconsider this situation.
Huh? Yeah, what happened? Oh, you married someone from Missouri. What the hell were you thinking?
That's what my mama said.
Nobody even watches the show from Missouri. What's wrong with you?
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
No, I break it down. You know,
Now, what
everyone.
happened to your first marriage? Why did that break up?
Well,
Oh,
and
God.
Riley can tell you. Riley says that I just wore her out.
Yeah.
That was too
Well,
much. That was
Believe
just
me,
much
I
too
understand.
much. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Ed, get out of here, man.
All right,
Thank you
all
so
right.
much
Thank
for the
y'all.
nice gift.
Hey, thank
Eddie
y'all.
Root,
Thanks for
everybody.
the
He's going to
time.
be on the Murph committee starting in November. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed. We appreciate your gift. I actually thought it was going to be $1 million, so I'll take the $4
I thought it was going to be some
picture
oil.
instead. All right, before we get to our thank you, Ed, appreciate it. Before we get to our next guest, of course, I got to tell you, I'm reading ads, dear. Got to tell you about our friends at overalloutdoorservices.com. They have over 300 5-star reviews. That's 300 more than we have, for crying out loud. Landscape, lighting, and hardscape, decks, pergolas, patios, walkways. I think Ed Schoonover knows all about Chris and Overall Outdoor Services, because he's building a resort-style pool in his backyard, and that's down on Laguna Shores. So if you want to go jump in his pool, skinny dipping night is Tuesday on Laguna Shores. They have over 30 years of company experience, and we want you to give Chris a call right now because he's sitting in his car waiting for you to call him on his cell phone, 239-322-2661. That is 239-322-2661. If you don't want to drive in traffic to get here on the island, you should stop at Valerie's Lounge and Liquors, because they're now smoke-free, which is very nice. They're open from Monday through Friday. They're over by the Walmart. Everybody loves the Walmart. You know, I was watching, I don't know how I got on the videos on the YouTube, but the guy, what's the guy, the heavyset comedian guy that says, get her done. What's his name? He had a 20-minute bit about the Walmart that was hilarious. Like, he got married in the Walmart, and it was, what's his name? What was his name? Does anybody remember his name? Oh, you guys are too young for the guy. The get her done guy. He was the tow truck voice in Cars. I can't believe you guys don't remember his name. What? Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy. That's right. Man, he had some funny stuff about the Walmart. I love the Walmart, as long as you go at 6 o'clock and you don't go 1 o'clock in the afternoon where you have to wait online, right? I didn't lose my place, Perry. I didn't lose my place. Valerie's Lounge and Liquors is located across from the Walmart here on Fort Myers Beach, or just off the beach. They're open 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. We love Valerie's Lounge and Liquors, and we hope you love them too. And if you saw my walk around this morning, you saw Alex King has a listing down in the South End that was just reduced to $1.8 million. So if you got a few dollars to spend and you want to buy a nice house on Fort Myers Beach, contact Alex King. Did you see his big yellow Crocs that he wears around town? Well, they cost $1.8 million on Amazon. And if you want a nice house from Alex King, give him a call right now, because his wife kicked him out of the house and he's sitting in his car. And you can call him right now at 239-849-3663. 239-849-3663. I'm not turning your microphone. I'm not your producer. You know how to turn the microphone on. You picked the wrong. Oh, no, she's pressing
Speaking of
buttons.
yellow Crocs, our friend Janelle Schoonover was traveling, and I think she had a layover in France.
They got it,
and
dear.
they had those yellow Croc boots.
Did you see
that?
those? That was so weird. Like,
They
who
were
wears those unless you want to
And they were
be the focus of
expensive.
attention?
Like hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. All right, dear.
I don't know why people spend
Our
hundreds
guests
of
are
dollars
waiting
to
in
wear
the sun,
something
dear.
ugly.
Our guests are
I
waiting
don't
in the
know.
sun.
All right. All right. So what I'm going to introduce them, and then I'm going to let them pronounce the name of the club so that I don't mess it up. So we have Judy Langley and Nori Ann Reed. Oh, you're gonna go to the bathroom now?
You got 3 guests. Come on.
No, it's 2. It's 2.
Oh my gosh, what a pleasure.
Sit number 3 here. Sit over here.
Oh, set on number 3. Okay.
And so, all right, is it Zonta?
Got number 1.
All right. I'm going to give you number 3. Wow, dear, you got to get out of there. Okay. All right. Now I look like a
He doesn't
Teletubby.
want to talk about a women's organization.
He's got to go to the bathroom, and he doesn't know much about women. I can tell you that.
from experience.
So Zanta, did I get it correct?
You got it absolutely correct.
And so this is an international organization, correct?
64 different countries.
Wow. And how long? I think since 1987.
We've been on the island.
All right. And so Sanibel Captiva, this is the Sanibel Captiva chapter.
Right.
So tell people, because I didn't know, I was unfamiliar with this group. So I was doing a little bit of research, but I'm going to let you speak to it because you'll do much better. Just keep that really close. There you go. Perfect. All right. Go ahead. So tell people.
Well, good morning, everyone. We are just so excited to be here. The fact is that coming over to Fort Myers Beach and seeing how it's coming alive again, so is Sanibel. Zonta is an international organization, 64 different countries, over 27,000 women and men who are empowering women and girls for a better life. So we love what we do, and we're here to talk about our fundraiser to allow women to do that. And the girls, 90% of everything we earn stays local. 10% goes internationally to end child marriage and things like that. But that's who we are and what we're doing. And Judy, add.
For almost 20 years, until we got clocked by the pandemic, we had been doing a home tour on Sanibel, which had grown to a participation of 600 people each year.
Wow.
We have raised over 20 years, over $1 million for our grant partners. And we had to take a hiatus. First of all, they started the pandemic the day before our tour was scheduled in 2020.
How dare they?
Yeah, honest to God.
How dare
then in
COVID do
21
that?
And in 22, there had been so much, it may have happened over here as well. There had been so much change in the real estate marketplace that we didn't have homes to show. In 2023, you kind of know what happened.
Right.
So there were no homes to show again, but we were.
Well, we didn't live there either.
Well, I'm sitting next to a woman who lost everything, and I mean that literally. Many of you were probably in the same situation. She lost everything.
So you live on Sanibel.
I do. I was raised on Sanibel, went to Cypress Lake Senior High.
Wow. So you went to this. Now, was the Sanibel school?
Sanibel School was there.
Mhm.
I did join the Navy for 30 years, but.
Well, thank you for your service.
Wow. Well, I loved it. But yes, I came back home to take care of my mom for many years.
When you were in the Navy, so were you on a boat? Because I know
was.
not everybody in
It's
the
a
Navy.
ship.
On a ship. So you don't get seasick.
Look, I got seasick in the South Pacific once when there were 40-foot waves coming over our the bow of our
He
our
gets
ship.
seasick like with a little bit of like a 1 foot thing, just a little bit. He's throwing up over the side, so he could never make it in the Navy. Maybe the Marines, but not
No,
definitely not
the
the
Navy takes the Marines to where they're going.
And so, where did you do your basic?
Newport, Rhode Island. I was an officer in an officer candidate school.
Wow.
And I must insert here.
Yeah,
that
go ahead. You
Norian
too?
Backed a big boat out of the New York harbor on 9/11.
Wow. How do you do that? Like does it have reverse?
Yes, it
And
does.
mirrors?
No mirrors. You have
Dear.
sailors. Sailors are mirrors. You know.
She was what was your title in the, like, how far up did
I
you
was
get?
captain of the ship.
Captain of the ship. Wow. How long does it take to back a ship up?
A long time sometimes.
How long does it take so do you have to do like a 3-point turn, or is it
Sometimes.
straight back?
We had tugs.
Oh, yeah. So you got to coordinate with the tugboats. And all right. So the starboard and the port side, which is left, which is right?
Always think port is
Four
left.
letters.
It has
left.
4 letters.
Well, I can think of some other 4-letter words, but we won't talk about that. So port is left
Starboard's right.
and starboard is right.
Yep.
And then you have to know the rules of the sea, right? So if you're like, when people come down here and they rent a boat,
They don't know.
No,
No,
because I'm out there on my kayak. Like, you have to stay. You have to yield to me and get over. And nope.
No, on
No?
our boat, we assume anyone out on the weekends is legally drunk.
Which is illegal.
No kidding.
So, anyways, don't let me digress. The funds that you raise locally, who are some of the, not like by names, but what are some of the situations? What are you helping out with women locally?
Number one is on the island, Fish Friends in Service Here, which is a multi purpose kind of organization that takes care of people on the island.
What was it called again?
Fish Friends in Service Here.
Okay.
And then we also have Community Housing Resource, which is low income housing. I know people think we don't have any of that on Sanibel, but we do.
No, because you have, is it through CHR? Is that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And so we help, many of our units are single moms and kids. And so we do a lot of work there.
That are working on the island and
Mhm.
but can't afford to live there.
That's exactly right. And but in the past, when we had more money, we SWAFIS, I can't remember what the addiction center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And because we also go off island and help women off the island, Healing Stitches.
And our biggest grant partner off the island is Women Build, which is a subset of Habitat. And if you're not aware of Women Build, they engage women, single women with children to build their own homes. And if you don't know the Habitat program, I thought, all right, what can this be? But there are 3 solid years of sweat equity and financial classes before anyone can qualify for a Habitat home. And their foreclosure rate is less than 1%.
Wow.
So for someone to become involved in Habitat requires a very deep commitment. And so we support them every year.
So
Not
that
only
group,
money-
the women are building their houses too?
Yes.
Wow.
But we don't only do money, we put our own sweat equity into it and help build these houses. If you're familiar at all with the Harlem Heights area,
Mhm.
they're
Which got hit hard.
got
Not
hit
quite as
terribly
hard,
hard, but we're in there painting and hammering and putting flooring down. So
And those were a lot of people who were working here. That
Right.
water just flowed right in from Fort Myers Beach into Harlem Heights. Another one that we do
Don't
is-
give him a hammer because he doesn't, or like a screwdriver or anything. He has no skills, but I'll come and help you.
He has a
I will
cell
come
phone
and
and
help
a
you.
credit card, right? So
He's good for that. He's good for that.
yeah. Another one we help is Goodwill. who
I
does a lot
love
of
the
job
Goodwill.
training.
Yeah.
women entrepreneurship. And we have had great success with that. Women moving in another direction and making a wonderful life for themselves and their children. We empower women. It's not a handout, it's a hand up.
And that's what all of these organizations are. They are not giving away money. And we have been unable to fund several of our grant partners because we were not raising any money. So this year we're moving back. We have a tour that will be on March 16th.
Yes, let's get back to that.
Which is a tour
A
of
peek at the unique.
Yes.
Yes.
That was
Very
always
good.
the title. And we have 3 very unique homes. One is, if you are a fan of Bridgerton or the Gilded Age at all, is exactly like taking a step back into 1890. It's fantastic. We have another home that's 4 stories and at least 5,000 square feet
At least.
of very gently done contemporary, not the cold, sterile environment that you usually expect from the contemporary, but with extraordinary accents of artwork and personal interest, curated in both cases by the homeowners. No one helped these people. They're passionate about their environments. And the third is built for resilience. It's built by an architect who may work on this island as well. His name is Joyce Owen, who has built the home to withstand a storm surge going right through it and
Wow.
not destroying any of the building itself.
And it is brand new,
Brand new.
and nobody has seen this house. They literally, I do live there now again, but I live almost directly behind it, not on the beach. and watched it being built. And they literally just delivered the furniture the other day. So I mean, nobody has seen this house.
So during this event, Peek at the Unique, people buy tickets and then they get to go through. These people are opening up their homes.
Yes.
Wow.
Their bus
They're
tours
brave.
starting at 9:00. The last one will be leaving at 11:30.
Yes.
We have a little over 100 tickets left. We've sold out about 2/3 of our capacity. It's on the 16th. We will obviously forward you our Facebook information, and we hope that as many of you as possible could be involved in the tour, because it's such a positive message of resilience. And we are coming back. You're coming back here. We're coming back on Sanibel. But if you look across to Sanibel at night from here, that entire side of the island is still dark. So, there is a story to be told, and we would like to see people join us.
Is it an FPL story?
No.
We're LCEC.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
How much are the tickets?
$65.
Okay. And so what does that include? The bus, you could get on the bus. It's air conditioned.
Absolutely. So the bus picks you up at the Sanibel Community House, which is on Periwinkle Way. Plenty of parking. We get you some water, a tiny little snack. You get on the bus. The bus takes you to the first house, and then there will be a group of buses doing a round robin. You can stay as long as you want in the house. Don't plan on spending the night. We ask that, but you can.
You're not invited to spend the evening,
no,
or take any little tchotchkes with you.
No.
Leave them all there.
But you get to spend as much time walking around doing that. And then our final place that we're going, you go to the 3 different houses. We have a beautiful garden right on the Gulf of Mexico that's been redone. So we think there is so much to see. There are people hungry. We've been doing this many years, and people are hungry for the normality of life again. And we see that in the people buying our tickets and the enthusiasm for it. I mean, people volunteer their houses because they want to see us survive, the women we support do great, and then move on in a normal life on Sanibel too.
Now, are you back in your house?
I got rid of my FEMA trailer 2 weeks ago.
Woo! And do you live on the island?
No,
and
I live in Iona. We had 8 feet of water.
Well, that's nothing to sneeze at.
And here's a little unpaid testimonial. We put in hurricane glass after Wilma, no, not Wilma, Irma in 2017, because we had formerly owned a house in the Keys, which had hurricane glass and survived that storm. And our neighbors on both sides of us got clocked. If you haven't put in impact resistant glass, we have
there you go.
On the front of our house and on the back of our house, on the doors, we have the scum line where the water came up to. I will never wash it away. On the interior of both of those doors, you can see how high the water came. We will never wash that away. And
I appreciate you guys coming on here. So once again, give out the information. It's March 16th. What time does it start?
Starts at 9 a.m.
Okay.
You can find us on Eventbrite. You can find us on Zonta of Sandcap. We'll take you to the Eventbrite site. $65 and an enjoyable day. Beautiful places to see. And we're so excited to be here and be starting again.
Well, thank you guys both for coming on. You guys were delightful. Thank you so much.
You.
All righty. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And thank you, dear, for filling in. And that's the first segment she's done all by herself. Wow. Someday she's going to be a dinky podcaster and she's going to make a lot of money and she can quit her job. So look at all these people that are here for the show. Thank you all for coming out, by the way. We really appreciate you guys coming out just for the show, sitting in the sun. The challenge has been so many people that stay at the resort, they're 100% capacity. So many people that come to the resort want to have breakfast in this perfect spot. So I'm trying to commandeer tables as people leave for breakfast and save them for people that come to the show. So thank you so much for coming to the show. Now we have some of our followers from Illinois that I want to come over. That this is the best. Come on, sit down here. It's like when I went out this morning and I just happened to run into John Koss. He was just coming out of his brand new house that he was building. He gave me a tour of his house, and you just love to see. It's a man on the street kind of thing. And you guys are down from Illinois.
I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
And
I'm a Packers fan.
look
all
at
the way.
that, Green Bay Packers.
I hate the Bears.
How can you hate the Bears if you're
I
from
can't stand
Chicago?
the Bears.
So you guys are staying here at the hotel.
Yes, we're in Margaritaville.
How's the experience going so far?
So good. We just got here yesterday, so far so good.
And what do you? So they were asking, where they should go. So I was telling them Wahoo Willie's and go to the farmers market. And why do you come to Fort Myers Beach?
We used to come every year. We're big fans of the Outrigger, so we really miss it. This is a big change for us, different atmosphere. Can we get used to it? I don't know. Like I said, we only been here one day. It's totally different for us than the Outrigger as far as the homey feeling. So it remains to be seen.
So when you see I'm sure you've seen the proposal for the new Outrigger. It's a couple of stories higher than the previous Outrigger. What do you think?
Just a couple. We don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. 50-50, I have to say.
Yeah, you sound like you're running for political office.
Yeah.
So you sound like Ed Schoonover.
It's going to take a lot it's going to take a lot to get us away from the Outrigger feeling. We really loved it. We really miss it.
The thing is, I think if they could guarantee something on the beach where that atmosphere was there, the problem is they don't know. They can't. It's not like they can because there's so many new rules now on the beach where you're not really sure. Now, Mark says that he'll wheel the stuff out and back and wheel the stuff out. So he seems like he's really trying to get that atmosphere back so the public can enjoy that again. But I mean, the thing is, it's never going to be what it was.
It's going to be the same, no.
So you'll have to everybody will have to find new places to go and make new memories and all that, right? So
yeah, we'll probably try the Pink Shell next.
The Pink Shell, that's a great place to stay. It's nice to see that the Pink Shell and Diamond Head and Margaritaville and Lighthouse are all doing so well. I mean, when there's only 4 hotels to go to and everybody wants to come to the beach, then they're all going to do well. So what are your plans for the rest of the weekend? You're going to go to the Red Sox game tomorrow?
Yeah. Thanks to you, Ed. We're going there tomorrow. We're looking forward to that.
Does anybody want to go to the Red Sox game tomorrow? Anybody's done? You guys want to go to the Red Sox game tomorrow? No, you don't want. He's got a Boston Red Sox hat on. He doesn't want to go to the game. You're a faux fan, man. You're a faux fan. Oh, you're going Thursday. Okay. Anybody else? We have 1 pair of tickets left. If anybody wants to go, come and see us after the show. So thank you very much for being a follower, and we appreciate you guys coming down and staying here.
Thank you, Ed.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't thank her. She doesn't really do much. Just kidding. So, dear, let's wrap up the show. We have a busy night tonight. If you haven't seen enough of us today, and I'm sure you have, we're going to be broadcasting live from a Lover's Key tonight.
I know I've seen enough of you today.
Yeah.
I mean, he just lays it out there. It's so easy. I know. Big old softball up there.
We're going to be broadcasting from the red carpet tonight at Lover's Key for their gala event.
It's not a yellow carpet? How dare they?
I know. I was saying that to our groupies in front here that we should have got a yellow carpet. Next year we're getting a yellow carpet. Forget that red carpet. Now I shared with everybody here that I didn't share this with you yet, so I'm going to share it with you now.
How did you share with them and not with me? I've been here the whole time.
Because these people talk back to me. These people talk to me.
They're a captive audience.
Yeah. I have yellow pants, I have a yellow shirt, and I have a yellow blazer to go with my bow tie for tonight.
I think monochromatic is not the way for you to go. But
now, I think that's appropriate for what we're doing for the red carpet and, because, we're about the yellow. Everything's about the yellow. Now, are you going to be okay with that? Because I really need you to iron that shit when we get home. It's totally out of the package.
I'm not ironing anything. That's why we have a steamer. I'll plug it in for you, and you can figure out how to do it.
The one thing that I muffed up on was I ordered a medium blazer because, I get on Amazon. That's where I never leave the house. I shop everything on Amazon.
A medium?
Listen, I'm trying to figure out.
You better stop eating.
I try to figure out.
Because you're not fitting in a medium.
Let me tell my story, will you? So
Medium.
Amazon said all the recommendations, and from everything you've ordered, you're a medium. So Amazon, Jeff Bezos said I was a medium. So I ordered a medium. I took it out of the package yesterday.
You're
I put
like
it on.
this.
I was like, look, I couldn't move at all. I'm like, oh, shit. Everything else works except this blazer. So I ordered another blazer yesterday. It was only $97.
Did you send back the first one?
Not yet. I'll send everything back on Monday. And they said it would be here by 10 o'clock today. So we're going to really wait until the last minute before we
I have
leave
no
the house.
shoes.
So
You have no jacket. This is shaping up to be a wonderful evening.
I think there are like 6 VIP tickets left for tonight. If anybody wants to go, it really is a great fundraiser.
Yeah, it is fun.
For
We
Lovers
went last
Cave.
year.
We went. It wasn't last year. It was like 2 or 3 years ago before the COVID.
Yeah.
And
no, it was before the storm.
they did it. They put up a nice tent. The food is great. And
Mhm.
all the people, all the muckety mucks get drunk and they're raising their paddles to buy shit they'll never use.
So this is
what
my
did-
strategy.
What did I buy? What did I
always-
buy last
as
night
soon
for
as they start the-
$3,500?
As soon as they start the bidding, I raise the paddle first because I know someone's going to outbid me, and then I go, oh,
Yeah. No, we bought.
I tried.
I don't know. I don't know what we bought. Because you have to buy something. You can't go to something like that and
I
not.
don't think we bought anything.
We bought some. Well, I bought something. I don't
think
remember
we
what
have
it was.
it at our house.
By the way, I got for Christmas. I got you the spa with you and
I
Jill.
know.
You
I just
haven't
have a
used it
couple
yet.
of days to do it. I got to
I mean,
get
when
my
are you going to use
facial
it? That wasn't
soon.
cheap. Well, it was. It was a great deal. But so you can't
How
go
about
to
you getting up in the middle of the night the other night, and he walks out. He's like, I need that medicine from before. I can't move my. He comes walking out like an alligator. He's like got this much movement in his shoulder. And I told him, I said, the doctor gave you steroids. You're gonna feel great. And when you go off them,
that's exactly
it's gonna
what
come
happened.
back. And sure enough, he got out, and in the middle of the night, I was like, what are
'Cause
you doing? You look
this-
like you're trying to row a boat or something.
Because you bought our bed from the Goodwill. So
I
every
did
time I
not.
try and go
I
to
did
bed,
not.
it's like something happened to my shoulder.
I did not.
I'm crippled. And so
I bought our bed from BJ's, but he won't go pick out a bed. He won't go pick out a
Listen,
couch, but he will complain about anything.
If you don't buy a mattress on
See?
President's Day,
Exactly.
you're never buying a mattress. Apparently that's the right day to buy a mattress. So now I forgot what I was saying. I lost my place completely about what we were talking about. So
Well, we can let everybody go.
yeah, we do have to
I have
bust
to get
out
some
here.
shoes.
Yeah, and so a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. The Red Sox game. We have the show with the mayor at Wahoo Willie's. If anybody wants to, it's a little more intimate. Well, this has become intimate. Can you imagine if all you folks weren't here, they wouldn't have any business right now. So thank you all for sticking.
I think
sticking
everybody's
out.
over at the pool.
I know it is a nice pool day. It's a nice beach day. And then after the mayor tomorrow, we have folks from the Lions Club that are going to talk to us about the Shrimp Festival. We're going to be broadcasting the Shrimp Festival parade live from outside the beach club, outside the Fins Up Beach Club. So that's coming up on March the 9th. Our concert is next week, March the 2nd at the Women's Club, 175 Sterling Avenue. And then the, I don't know what, there's so much shit going on.
I'm going to need actual real coffee at this point.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you to Sylvester Companies, our final advertiser of the day, Sylvester Companies, because, if you're on the island and you knocked your house down, you might need to build a new house. Otherwise, you could just put a tent up no, you can't put a tent up. You can put a trailer up. And you can talk to Perry Hansen because he loves living in a trailer. Actually, he wants to do that for the rest of his life. But you might want to build a house, and you can call Sylvester Companies. They're a licensed and bonded insured builder in Southwest Florida. And they are registered and currently working on large-scale projects in Sarasota, Lee, Charlotte, all over Fort Myers Beach. And you can give them a call. Paul Sylvester is the man with the plan. More the man with the plan than that faux man with the plan that has no plan. His plan's down the toilet. Paul is the man with the plan. Give him a call at 989-239-5538. Better yet, go on SylvesterCompaniesInc.com. That's SylvesterCompaniesInc.com and contact Paul Sylvester. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy this beautiful weather on Fort Myers Beach. Thank you to Margaritaville. Bye-bye.